heat transfer that doesn't require a medium. When I think of radiation, I think of the sun, so let's go put on our sunscreen and our suits and head on outside to Holly.
Thanks, Carly. Well, clearly it's boiling out here, as you can see. I'm gonna go hunt down some burnt people. See, let's do this. Hey, I see that you're really burnt today. That happened due to radiation from the sun. The sun's radiation is what's causing your skin to turn red and the freckles to appear on your face.
Really?
Did you guys put sunblock on today?
No.
If you put sunblock on, it'll protect you from the sun's radiation. So next time, put sunblock on.
Sunblock.
If you really wanted to boost the effects of radiation, you'd use tanning oil, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Back to Carly.
Holly, now we're gonna head on over to Edward, Bella, and Jacob and experience their love triangle and see what they do and how it relates to heat transfer. Oh my god, you're so cold! Jacob, you're so hot. That's right. What kind of heat transfer does anyone know?
Conduction.
That's right, conduction, which is the heat transfer that is through direct contact of solids, so humans, and their temperatures can change depending on when you touch them. So Bella, Edward, and Jacob all experienced conduction when they were touching, you know? So what happened was, since Edward was cold-blooded, when Bella touched Edward, it's just like any other time you touch a cold person, when you're cold yourself. She felt the chill from him. So since she was already cold, she wanted some warmth, so she scooted on over to Jacob, which since he's warm-blooded, she touched him and felt his heat. What happens when that happens with conduction is that they reached an equilibrium after a few minutes of being together. So their body temperatures basically maxed out to their maximum point and they remained at a constant level together. That is conduction. Hello, welcome back. We are now in the kitchen and we're going to show you examples of convection. This is the last heat transfer method that we're going to be discussing, and convection is when heat is transferred through a gas or a liquid by the hotter material moving into a cooler area. So let's head on over to Holly and see what that is.
Thanks, Carly. We're in the kitchen now, and we are heating up a cup of water, trying to boil it. And so you may ask how it is getting heated up. And it's because the convection currents are surrounding the cup of water and are being forced into the cup of water. So let's take a look. It is boiling now, and when I put my hand above it, it gets very hot because of convection.
Heated liquids or gases are less dense than cool ones, which are more dense. That's why heat rises.
Thanks, Holly. Next, we're going to show an example of all three heat transfers taking place at once. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Today, we're going to start by showing you an overview of all three methods of heat transfer. So we're going to head on over to Bella and Eileen for them to explain all three methods and what they do at once.
Thanks, Carly. The method of heat transfer that I will talk about now is conduction. When I place my hand right here, this is conduction because this is direct transfer of heat.
Wait, Bella, isn't it plastic, so doesn't that mean it's an insulator?
You're correct, Holly. An insulator is a material that absorbs and releases energy slowly. However, when I place my hand on the metal right here, that is a conductor. A conductor is a material that absorbs and releases energy quickly. Now we're going to head on over to Eileen.
Thanks, Bella. Today I'm going to be showing you guys convection. Convection, as you can see, I'm putting my hand over the pot, and my hand is getting nice and clammy and sweaty. And if you look inside the pot, you can see the water boiling. Convection is the heat transfer via fluids.
Thanks, Eileen. Radiation, now we're going to talk about radiation. It is the heat transfer that does not require medium. The gas right here, that is an example of radiation because it is heat transfer that does not require medium.
Here is, once again, an example of all three methods of heat transfer in the diagram. A fire is another example of all three methods of heat transfer occurring at once. Radiation is occurring as the heat from the flame travels through space as energy waves, heating up the person sitting across from the fire. Convection is occurring as the air around the fire heats up and rises, creating the hotness you would feel when you put your hand above anything that had been heated. Conduction is shown through the transfer of heat within a material, in this case a metal rod with a wooden handle. The wooden handle is acting as the insulator. Also, the person's wearing a glove, which further protects it against the heat that's felt through conduction. This allows the person to not be burnt by the high heat. However, the metal rod touching the flame is a conductor absorbing the heat and would burn the person if the wood was not there.